think about it. You've no cock and balls, no muscles, and you're about 5 foot tall. And you think, oh, I think the way I'll go home is down that dark alley where people have been murdered in the past. No man will fucking stop me. No, until there's blood spurting at your arse like a fucking fountain. Your pants up a nearby tree. Some monster whom the powers that be are happy to fucking have roaming the earth, committing offence after offence after offence against innocent people like gullible females. I mean, females have been encouraged out of the domicile because it doubles the workforce, it doubles the marketplace, it doubles the economy. It doesn't matter that it divides households, divides families, torments children. You know, anytime I say anything like that, there's always some cunt that was raised by black lesbians who had no legs, right? And severe learning difficulties. And they turned out all right, allegedly. But they suffer from the exact same narcissistic headspell as their mothers do, who of course win the Booker Prize when they co-write something with a pencil sellotaped to their forehead. And the novel, which they've named, that's why it's acceptable, is called Darky. So, and the novel they've written, which is completely accepted and swallowed down by the brainwashed, politically correct, duped, is called Men Are All Bastards. Get in, chum! Anyway, men are not all bastards. There's a girl that I like to call Coco Delusion. Other people call her Beyonce. Yeah. Coco Delusion. Right? She suffers from Coco Delusion. She talks shite about paying her own bills and driving her own car, and has a fleet of shoes, otherwise known as hospitals in India, Beyonce. Hospitals in Africa, Beyonce. But the thing is, this illusion of independence, well, how come everything that she's talking about in that song was invented by a man, built by a man, delivered by a man, and when it breaks down, who does she phone? A lesbian in dungarees? Who maintains the very road surface, pumps the stupid fluid from the seabed for her car, for her to drive about and putting makeup on, of just slightly avoiding crashes due to the great driving skills of the guys coming the other fucking way? And like I say, there's no such thing as independence if everything in your life was delivered by a man. It's not very independent, is it? Another thing, chicks always come out with that bullshit argument. We have the babies. So fucking wet. Next time I go and do a shit, I'm going to christen it Little Bobby Brown Feathers, right? I'm going to christen the next shite I have. I'm going to wrap it in pink tissue paper, although I mainly use wet wipes, actually. I'm going to try and find pink tissue paper, wrap them in it, and then take them round lots of females I know, sadly, and introduce them. Little Bobby Brown Feather, and see the look of horror and disgust on their face. And what is it you actually have to do to have a child? What is this great fucking gargantuan thing that it is you, yourself, are doing? Right? Let's compare the two. Right? To make a shite and to make a child. Right? I swallow food, it travels through my body and forms into a joby. Little Bobby Brown Feathers. Anyway, and to have a baby, all a female needs to do is swallow food, it travels through her body, and 9 months later, her little Bobby Brown Feathers is born. Yeah, and she names it. But what has been her input? What, does she actually carve her abdomen open in the night, stick in fucking scalpels and forks and say, we're nearly losing little Bobby Brown feathers, give me more fucking quilts and pillies, you know, fucking towels and hot water. Anyway, what is it she actually does except sit in her ever-widening arse and moan like a fucking dying cunt? Yeah. Oh, help me up. Get yourself up, you fat cunt. I don't ask you for a hand when I'm fucking packing thunder, you know. I don't say, "Gives it a hand, I'm walking like Wyatt Earp, I'm walking like somebody stole my horse." I don't ask for a hand when I get one. You know, if a particularly troublesome shite, I don't put my feet up in stirrups and ask the NHS to put in an appearance. There's nothing to having the baby, so back goes your number one argument. What's your next argument? How would you like to have tits? Give that some thought later. Beside the spent pod noodle. So, what I'm pointing out is anyway, that females are encouraged to leave their domiciles and pursue the imaginary concept of career. The dictionary definition of career means to veer a way out of control like a fucking stagecoach off the edge of a cliff. Yeah. Females allowed out is just insanity. They should be kept in the fucking house where they belong. Looking after little Bobby Brown feathers and co. To allow them out is insanity. It just helps ruthless white male sociopaths double their income in this perpetual pyramid scheme that everyone's running. Yeah, boom and bust. What's wrong with actually producing a sustainable company, right, that produces a reasonable profit which is in league with the rate of inflation? Easy for me to say. Yeah, year in, year out, just produces the exact same results, just at the rate of inflation. What would be wrong with that? No, it must help these insane shareholders need their fucking nuts cut off and fed to them. Don't they? It's the shareholders. Fuck the shareholders. I've got a food processor. I'd like to cut every shareholder's nuts off, put them in a food processor, then make them drink it through a big fucking funnel. It's your turn at the funnel. I wish I wasn't so ruthless in the past. The revolution comes. You know who you fucking are. You bastards. In fact, we've got their names in writing. It's quite handy that. Do you know what I'm reminded of? Quite a few people have told me recently that there's little sociopathic pricks, little no-marks, little nobodies, working in internet service providers' debt collection agency section, whatever it would be called, who cares? The people who work there are so insignificant, I'm not even going to fashion a more accurate description of their pretend job that they love, by all accounts. And it would be a case of, "No, Mrs. Miggins, in actual fact you owe us 29 pence. That phone call you made was a fucking disgrace. It took you over and above your limits, and as a result, there's a £250 fine. No, Mrs. Miggins, we will cut you off yesterday, and we will take you to court, we will repossess your children, even little Bobby Brown feathers, and what will happen then is, we'll probably take your toenails off with pliers. Do you want that, Mrs. Miggins?" How the fuck do these wee pricks get this authority to speak to human beings this way, when it's just little 18-year-old dickheads of any other kind, and who flunked uni, couldn't make it into college, and they said to themselves, "I'm just going to do this job for a short while." They end up doing it till they're 29. Around about the time, well, I'll tell you, the last time I spoke to someone like that, right, someone as depraved as that, last time I spoke to someone as depraved as that, I said to them at the end of the call, "Do you ever think about suicide?" They went, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean." I said, "Considering the job that you do, when you wake up on a Saturday afternoon with a hangover, and it slowly comes back to you who you are and what it is you do for a living, Do you ever feel just like ending it? Thank you for your call, sir. And ended the call. It was just something innocent. I think I was just asking what my bandwidth was that season. But just to get that bit of revenge, you know. For the people. Christ-like. Get into Anyway. Pentium. I prefer AMD. I don't like either company. Anyway. So, females are duped and forced to take on jobs they're too fucking stupid to realise are dreadfully exploitative of the family unit for capitalist pyramid scheme fucking purposes. The pyramid gets taller. Yeah, what's wrong with sitting in the house, being loved by your children and loving them in return, or vice versa? And what's wrong with waiting in for your husband and saying, my man, I've got a wonderful din-dins for you. And he thinks, oh, you're a fucking dancer, and takes you up later and rapes you. Makes love to you. That's his songs for swinging lovers he's got on the stereo. Know that again. Aye, alright, for fuck's sake. You know, he could basically have his wicked way with you. You could have a wonderful time together in your one and only life. One and only life. You're made for each other. They're driving a wedge between you, the monsters that they are out there. You know, increasing the abilities of females to live independently from males. That's a great thing. No, it's not a great thing. I was raised without a father, through no fault of anyone's. And I assure you, if you've got a good man or can get a good man, a good person, you know, then your kids will grow up happier, more balanced, they'll get there quicker, for what it's worth in your one and only short brief spell. Ding ding! What? That's your stop, Mr. McBride, get off. What? Is this me? Yeah, you can die overnight in your 40s. Really? That's it? As far as I got it? Oh, I've only had fucked more. I'm joking, of course. I've only had saved more children's lives. And I can, and I will, with your help. So, what do females do? They say, I'll never do what a man says, say what a man says. You can just forget about it. I'm no interested. Say if a guy says to do something, I'll do the exact opposite. Don't jump off a cliff then. I'm away. See what I mean? Shouldn't be allowed out. And the thing is this. Here, I've heard so-called feminist comedians, right, become the very thing they fucking detest. Like Bernard Manning would say, my wife, she's so fucking fat. Well, that's Bernard Fanning. I'll try Bernard Manning again. My wife, she's so fucking fat. When she sits down in the arm of the armchair, the earth shifts off its fucking axis. Right? Her fanny pads are so fucking putrid, NASA have taken to fan them into space, thus Jupiter's red spot. Right? She'll come on, these female feminist comedians will come on and say, my husband is such a dick. And everyone will go, I'm programmed to clap. That's political correctness to applaud. The epitome of everything she said she despised. Don't become the thing you ate. You'll only regret it in later life. Porn stars. The epitome of what a porn star is. You ready? A girl who's so stupid that for a pittance in return, she's kept in the dark about the fact she's being raped in public. It seems, because of females being really, really stupid and easily duped, it seems as though there's no lengths they won't go to for that filthy lucre. Money doesn't really exist, so therefore, based upon a tissue of lies, you can get a female to do anything. I could go out tonight, and for 35 quid, I could get a girl to strip naked and do the fucking can-can. How's that possible? Money doesn't exist, it's nonsense. It's just bullshit, it's just a fascist token of your own oppression. You swallow it, they'll just keep on doing it. The most ruthless liars rise to the top, just like shite floats. Well, you're at the bottom of the sea, bottom feeder. Anyway, the thing is this, of course. It seems as though, like I say, there's a never-ending depravity that females will lend themselves to. It's the men. No, it's not the men. Because it's predominantly teenage boys who can't believe their luck, typing in, frog up the arsehole. Fuck me, completely free of charge. There's a frog going up a lass's arse. It's put me off. Yeah, very debasing. It seems as though every single good-looking female on earth is now butt naked on the internet. What's that tell you guys? They fucking hate you. They hate men. How many females have you heard say, men are all bastards? Countless females. I've yet to hear one guy in my entire life say, women are all bastards. Yeah, there's no word for a woman that hates men in the dictionary. There's misogynist, a man who hates women, who are few and far between. But yet every single female I've ever met in the Western Hemisphere says all men are bastards. They hate all men, they hate all men, and there's no word in the dictionary for it. Why is that? Could it be males are in denial about this one egocentrically? And don't get me wrong, females have my every sympathy. I've met guys. Yeah. Kind of feel sorry for them that they can't all have a shot at me. Come to think of it, I would feel more sorry for myself if that happened. But they can always hire a hitman. But anyway, how much you want in love? All men are bastards. Say that to the hitman when you're in the car with him. So, what I was saying to you was, for a rudely interrupted by a sociopath and a bastard. There he is again, says it. So, they're terribly exploited females, and they don't realise it. They would say that they wouldn't do anything for a man, yet when they go to work, it's a guy who's their boss who fucking tells them what they've got to do, and they better get it done yesterday, and they do it for peanuts, and they care. So all you need to do, if you want a female in your life, quite obviously, is pay her. As they're quite clearly all prostitutes. Isn't that sad? Isn't that pathetic? They'll do anything for... that's why capitalism was invented. Because there's a shit pile on that side as well of female prostitutes. Yeah, you've got the male fools who'll form a pyramid with the guy sitting on top. And you've got a female pyramid of females who are attracted to whatever rung of the pyramid they want to basically be on. I didn't realise pyramids had rungs. But here's the thing, right? Every chick I've ever met has no real value of self, right? On a deep level. But on a superficial level, they imagine that they deserve Brad Pitt or George Clooney or whoever else is up there. Yeah, you notice that? Chicks say they're not superficial. Yeah, they carry a second face around in their handbag, and every movie star who's successful is quite dashing looking. Yeah. Here's the thing, right? They are superficial.